Yeah, hi, my name is Gustav and I'm from Sweden. The topic is like, what can we do to prevent censorship and how do we solve it? And first I would say I really appreciate activism and hacktivism. It's really needed for fighting it. But the problem is the policy making, and the policy problem is the laws that are passed in the parliament. And what we have done in Sweden with that is that we have formed a political party called the Pirate Party. We have made it into the European Parliament, and we have replaced the bad politicians. So now we are voting for the good laws. So my question is, what does it need, what does it take for other countries to form another party that will take in place into the parliament to change the laws? That's what we need, and that's what we can do.
I guess in that respect, the Pirate Party is sort of like a grassroots movement. So it came out of the public. It's related to a special interest, and it's just covering one small angle of society. And I think for the future, this is what we need. We need groups that do not try to cover all the big aspects of society that we have, but rather very focused groups that have an expert understanding of these things. So in that respect, the Pirate Party is something that is forming and it's spreading all over Europe, and it's representing one facet of society that is very important to be kept up. So,
Hi. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm very much interested in helping out with this newly founded organization, and just that was my comment basically.
Okay, a room full of people. Like to remember this face. He has taken on responsibility. So,
and I would like to
first one to step out.
And I would like to get together, and exchange ideas on how we could all make a difference.
Okay,
thank you
great.
very much.
Thanks.
Niels, also from IT Pol of Denmark. What was right to start with? We have to stand up and fight for the people making this happen, especially anonymity. It's very interesting when you see the Tor project, that you are able to run Tor and even Tor exit nodes in China, Iran, and so on. It might actually get harder than that in Europe. That's why we have to fight every single initiative. For example, child porn, it used to be in Denmark, it was illegal to sell or download child porn. Last month or 2 months ago, it was also made illegal to view it. So if you by random saw it on your page and your browser, you could be fined from it or put in jail. Of course, that means if you have an open access point or run a Tor exit node, the police might come knocking at your door. So we have a chilling effect against anonymity here. And the same thing for the Hadobe law, there might be a fine for having an open access point. The next step will be for a Tor exit node. So we have to fight all these things, and we have to stand up that anonymity is important in itself.
Okay, yes, it's agreed.
Yeah, so very quickly to answer that, there are a bunch of different pieces of that problem that we need to solve. The technology is an important piece, but there's a lot more past that. In particular, we need to get a lot of people out there understanding how society needs to be. It's not, this stuff is bad, it needs to be censored, and we're going to tell you a big list of everything but not let you see the list of stuff we should censor. We need to explain to people why we need these freedoms, why we need anonymity, why we need the ability to not be censored, not just in the form of tools that let you be free, but we need all the people around the world to believe that these tools should exist. So it's not just, let's build better tools, it's also, we need to change the whole society so they believe in these tools. And if society continues thinking that we should censor everything and freedom is bad and who needs that stuff, then you're right. Things like Tor are going to fall apart because nobody will be willing, as Rob was saying at the beginning, to actually step up and put a name to these things and make them happen.
So, 2 more quick questions, hopefully, and thanks.
My name's Stuart. I guess my question would be, is anything at all going on at an international level coordinating this effort? And if so, what?
Well, we're not aware of anything that really covers all the topics. That's why actually we think something needs to be formed. So.
In Europe, there is EDRI, European Digital Rights Organization, which is a sort of coalition of national bits of freedoms and EFFs. And then again, they don't have much lobby power. But they do coordinate, they do exchange information. So people do keep sort of up to date. But it's not a giant organization and nothing compared to EFF or anything the like.
It is actually something that a lot of organizations share an interest in, but no one is coordinating a global voice against that particular issue, and that is the problem. It touches everyone from civil liberties to the media protection and whoever. So. Okay.
Can I do a blatant self-advertising, which I'm not involved in? I work for Internet Society. Internet Society has a working group. It's international. It's quite a big group of people from different countries that are tackling the Hadopi fallout.
Okay, so get in touch with us, with your organization.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
And the cool thing is they do have lobby power. They get the .org money, and they have like FinServ and all kinds of cool people from the internet history, and they can lobby and they can argue like hell. So
okay, thanks for that.
Hello, I'm sorry to be here a second time. You say I should speak to my parents or my mom. So actually, I spoke a lot to my girlfriend. She doesn't understand me. This is not based on the relationship we have. But based on the loop, I say, okay, well, the German government spends a lot of money to establish this this machine of censorship. Yeah, well, but child porn is bad. Yeah, well, but you see, it's also a vicious cycle. Always. So, what shall I say? And as a side note, we do agree. That censorship of propaganda of the Third Reich, for example, no one says anything against it. So there are institutions that censor and the public agrees with it. So how can we convince the public that this now is another issue, a different issue?
I only had a short comment to the point that the government is spending lots of money to install that censorship infrastructure. It's actually not because the ISPs are spending that money, not the government.
Learn to talk. How can I learn to talk and to bring a message to people? You go to the streets, you make a stand, and you talk to everybody who comes the way. And you try it, and after 2 weeks you are very good. Yes, it's the only way to learn it. Just talk. Go to people. Sometimes you have people that you stand and say, okay, you are right, go away. And sometimes you really learn to bring your information to the people. And you have to learn it, go to the street, make word, print posters and give it to the people.
With regards to your girlfriend, one really, really proper response is, child pornography is bad.